Hi everyone, what's up? AB Scott. This is your boy Abbas. Welcome to the family. Welcome to AB React. Guys, we are back and checking out another interesting video on this channel. So if you know you're ready to do this with me, do all to smash your like button, join the family, join AB React by clicking on your subscribe button and then on notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I upload a video. If you have recommendations, suggestion, guys, always do all to leave it right there in the comment section. Alright, AB Scott, without waste of time, let's do this, guys.
Life expectancy has increased over time, which we would expect. But for one group, since 2000 up until now, life expectancy has actually decreased. This is middle-aged white men. The reason for this is actually mostly self-induced.
Sure. So life expectancy has nearly doubled since 1900.
No, I'm talking about specifically for white men since 2000
correct. So
who are middle-aged.
Let me finish the sentence without getting 6 words into it. I let you talk about whatever you wanted to talk about. The byproduct of why white men are having lower life expectancy since 2000 is self-induced.
You slow down. I'm sorry. It's
Am
hard
I talking too fast for you?
Yes,
okay.
you are actually.
Okay. Then I'll slow down. It is self-induced. Meaning they are making bad choices. So America's a wonderful country because if you make good choices, you get rewarded, and if you make bad choices, you have bad things happen to you. So let me ask you a question. What is the primary cause of death for middle-aged white men?
No, so my question...
No, answer the question because you're a subject matter expert on this.
I know, that's what I was going to say. Can you clarify, you said the reason that this issue is that they are making bad choices.
So what is the primary...
This is the entire population of middle-aged white men.
Right, so if you can answer my question, since you're a subject matter expert at it, what is the primary cause of death for middle-aged white men?
Answer or heart disease.
What is the
heart disease. Everyone heard
yes,
me say
what is the #1 reason for heart disease?
Okay, so let's move along from that.
So are facts something you don't want to talk about tonight?
I am talking about facts, and what I was asking you is life expectancy for middle-aged men has decreased since 2000. This is a fact.
This is heart disease.
No,
which is a
no, I just said this study showed the reason life expectancy is decreased is attributed to, I agreed with you, those are the main causes of death, but the reason that life expectancy has decreased since 2000.
Okay, at this time, guys, seriously, life expectancy has really been on a high increase. You know, one thing about Charlie is that he will always be able to answer the question. He will always be able to, make sure you understand everything. Like, he doesn't make mistake when it has to do with him, speaking. So each time he has to handle things like this, I always give it to him. So guys, tell me what do you think about this video in the comment section. Let me know. Let's continue, guys.
It's because of self-induced harm. And all I was saying is you made a claim that life expectancy has increased. It hasn't. And for this group, it is mainly the demographic that is interested in you.
What was life expectancy in 1900?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
What was life expectancy in 1900?
Much lower. So it's increased exponentially over time. It has for every group. Point. But then at 2000, there was a change. In 2000, there was a change.
Right.
And for men, it started to decrease.
It was a byproduct of surpluses and having food everywhere at all times.
It has nothing to do with obesity. This is self-induced harm that is causing this.
So let's walk through this. What is the #1 cause of death for middle-aged white men?
That's not what I'm talking about. So I have another thing to say.
Heart disease. What is the #1 precursor for heart disease?
So I think we've both made whatever point we wanted to make. So can I ask
I'm still trying to figure out yours, but yes, please.
That's okay. So my second question
is... And I would like to get to your shirt at some point too, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's a Black Lives Matter shirt. I feel like we are unable to have any sort of actual conversation, which is not what I came here thinking.
You are entitled to your own opinion. You are not entitled to your own facts.
These are not my own facts. I could provide studies and citations for everything I've said tonight. I haven't heard you do that.
I mean, everything, you can easily reference everything.
Said things that I know are factually wrong. This is coming from research.
Name one.
That life expectancy is increasing.
It's looking more complicated, it's looking more complicated. And of course, Charlie will always want to prove his points. Yes, he will always want to prove his point on things like this. So guys, let's continue.
It's for every group in America.
Since 1900, which is what I said.
Well, since 2000, it has not increased for white men.
Because they're making bad choices. Heart disease is the #1 killer of middle-aged white men. What causes heart disease? Overeating, sedentary lifestyle, not working out, indulging in alcohol, and drugs too much, which is a byproduct of our amazing surpluses made possible by the free market system. You know what the #1 cause of death in Venezuela is? Starvation. I would rather have a culture where we're trying to have people join gym memberships in a New Year resolution, not eat zoo animals.
Thank you for the conversation.
I'd like to talk about your shirt, though.
I would not like to talk about that.
Okay, well, the fact that the entire Black Lives Matter movement is built on factually incorrect and in identity politics try to separate America, would love to have a conversation about it, but it's good because your friend's wearing the same shirt, so we can talk about that. So, thank you for being here tonight. I mean that.
Like I always say, he has actually made his point. He has actually proven her wrong, and she had no other option than to just leave the stage for someone else. I mean, Charlie got it all covered. Like, you know, like he said, you know, what actually caused most of this, you know, life expectancies, you know, lack of. I think he actually made mention of, you know, overtaking of drugs, you know, eating, not going for gym, not exercising, and name it. So I think it's really one of the factors that can actually influence or has actually, you know, caused a lot of life expectancy in America. So let's actually hear what let's hear what she has to say.
Sincerely, but go ahead.
What do you think socialism is? Because I think you're misunderstood.
Socialism is what I see, which is the implementation of totalitarian control on the means of the best interest of people under the guise of the failed doctrine of Marx and Engels.
That's wrong.
Just because you say it wrong doesn't make you right.
Just because you say I'm wrong doesn't make you right.
No, it actually does, because everywhere socialism has been implemented, you've seen catastrophic human deaths.
I'll let you know what socialism is.
Well, what makes you a subject matter expert on 100 million people that have died?
Are you a subject matter expert on that?
I actually am.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you have a degree in it?
Just because you have a degree doesn't mean you know more than other people.
Do you do research on it?
Plenty, more than you.
Do you?
Yeah, let's talk about socialism and communism, because I can name all 75 failed Marxist examples on 5 continents over the last 100 years.
I think you're misunderstood as to what Marxism is.
So give me one example of where Marxism has been implemented
Socialism
successfully.
is worker, not government.
Okay, so give me one example of where that exists.
It doesn't exist right now.
No, you're wrong, actually, because in America, over 4 million people work in employee-owned companies. The very model
that's not a
they
country.
own the means of production. Yes,
no,
they own the
that's not a country
company.
based on socialist principles.
No, you're right. It's actually a free market country that allows your worldview to be implemented successfully and peacefully. So Publix, the largest.
Like, what is she trying to? Is she trying to prove him wrong, or is she trying to, like, what is he actually trying to do? Like, see, when it has to do with Charlie, I mean, Charlie is one person that, you know, when he wants to explore, when he wants to give his own point, he actually has something to back up that with. Like, I mean, he is not just coming out to sit down and then give his own point of view. He has something to back up. He actually does a lot of research from what I've seen so far. So whenever he's talking, he'll also talk, and then he'll actually tell you that this is how he started, this is when he started, and this is how it has been going on. I mean, Charlie, come on, like, whenever you want to come out here to speak with Charlie or to maybe ask questions, you have to also be, you know, that you have to have at the back of your mind that you need to do more research. Yes, let's continue, guys.
This grocery store in America is employee-owned.
That's not socialism.
But you just said it's workers owning the means of production.
Yeah, in an entire.
So you want to force that upon someone else?
No, I don't.
So what if
I'm actually an anarchist.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about it though. So it's okay. It's okay. She came here tonight. It's fine. So let
capitalism is antagonistic to anarchism. But
is anti what?
Is antagonistic. Can you hear me? Antagonistic to anarchism.
So you're an anarchist that is saying good things about socialism.
Yeah, because I believe in the communal ability of people to work together to come to the best.
So you have a lot of problems with the current system, right?
Basing an entire economic system on capital, on wealth, is not the best for each person.
So you would want to live in a communal society, essentially, right? But why don't you go live like the Amish right now and go do it, because they live in a communal society?
That's not the point.
No, the point is you're advocating for a governmental worldview. I'm never going to tell you how to live your life. Why are you telling me how to live mine?
I'm not arguing for a governmental.
You're arguing for a lack there of one, which is one.
No.
Then why don't you go live like an anarchist off the grid? Why are you telling me how to live my life?
That's not off the grid. Anarchism isn't off the grid.
Well, why don't you go live like an anarchist right now?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm living by anarchist principles within a capitalist society, which means I'm fighting for anarchist principles.
You can't actually do that with Charlie. It is not possible. You can't actually do that with him. Telling him how to live is not possible.
This isn't 6 yachts?
I don't think that's very cool, but...
Not cool, but you want to take them away from me?
No, I didn't say that.
So you'd be okay with me having $1 billion?
No,
So you're okay with, so then what's wrong with the current system we live in again?
it is not based on the best outcome for each person. It's based on the wealthy getting wealth off of making the poorer poor.
Just because someone gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain that
In
to
this
me.
society, it does.
Explain that to me. When you
someone
bought
gets
when you bought
richer-
your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
What, they voluntarily contributed their labor
did
and they
not.
got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then
And
why would you buy
everyone's
it?
wearing. Because there's no other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options.
Your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't
think
want to
it's okay
spend the
for
time to
people
go
to be
make your own
enslaved?
clothes.
Do you think
No, what
it's
I'm trying to
okay
say
for
is you're
people to
making
be
the
enslaved to buy your
argument for
clothes?
you. I don't make my own clothes because I'm happy
No,
that someone
I
in
said buy your own
Southeast Asia
clothes.
gets a job so that I don't have to go make my own
And then
clothes.
they
I'm
burn
actually
alive
really
in
happy about
factories,
that.
'cause
Restate
that's
your
real
question.
nice.
Restate the
And then they
question.
burn alive in factories for making your clothes.
I'm really happy that Southeast Asia is experiencing economic renaissance so I don't have to go make my own clothes. In fact, some of these clothes are
So
made
they
in
burn
Italy
alive in
because they're
factories.
quite
So you're
expensive.
happy that people burn alive in factories so you can buy your clothes for cheaper.
I think that's a wonderful thing.
Okay, you're happy that people burn alive in factories.
Thank you for your feeling-induced emotional argument, and henceforth, we prove it again.
Alright guys, that is a very wonderful one from Charlie, and at this point I don't really want to say much because we actually said a lot, you know, when the video started. So at this point I will really want to know and also get to see what you have to say about this video. Let's discuss, let's say something, let's talk about it in the comment section. Alright everybody, if you really enjoyed this video as much as I did, I know you guys will always enjoy it, so always feel free to drop more links, to drop more suggestions on this channel. I'm always here to do anything you would like. So alright everybody, you know, I can't wait to see you in my next video. Today, stay safe, stay positive, and don't go away. Don't touch that down, guys. Bye.